Hey, what's going on, you guys, and welcome to the Emblem Roy Review channel. Today's video, I'm actually going to be going over all the games and my experience over for Portland Retro Gaming. So I do want to first off apologize. I know I've been going on that I was actually going to make a Game Hunters video for Portland Retro. Unfortunately, because it was my first game expo and my first time ever experiencing anything like that, I did get kind of overwhelmed, so I wasn't able to get enough video shots or enough of my experience while I was there. I did have some clips, so I'm going to be dropping those throughout the entire thing, so you guys can get and see the experience that I did go through. So I did want to apologize for that, you guys, but it's going over the games and everything, and I'm going to go over some of my favorite experiences while I was there, and just going over some stuff. And I'm also going to be trying something new. I'm going to be on specific games. I'm going to be actually dropping details about the game and how much it's worth and what the retail is and how much I got it for. I will do a total at the end for all my games, but I'm going to be doing some that if it's a rare game, how much it usually goes for and how much I actually got it for from now on. So I just want to give you guys a heads up for that. So yeah, I mean, Portland Retro Expo, I've been excited for this thing since May, and for it to finally come and go, it definitely makes me sad because I wish I could spend more time there. I wish I could have been able to buy a lot more games because there was a lot of things that I wanted. But I did pick up about over 40 games, so it was definitely a fun experience, and I'm super excited for next year. And next year I'm going to be planning on trying to plan it a lot better so I can spend more time there, have some more extra cash, because I think I only went with like $200, which is not bad to be able to pick up 40 games. But there was a lot of big titles that I wanted to add to my collection that I just didn't have the money to spend for. So there are a couple big titles in here, especially one that I'm really excited to show you guys. So, and yeah, let's get right into it. One thing, I tried to pair up all the games from the booths and everything that I got all together, and then as well as trying to keep it all the days that I went there. So for opening day, which was Friday night, I actually only just went there with the expectations to just play arcade games. They didn't have the vendors up. No one was really selling any games. They were all in the different side of the building getting set up and everything. But there was actually a couple vendors there that were actually selling some games. So I was actually able to pick up some stuff. And, to start off, some N64 games. I went and picked up Cruisin's World. I didn't have this. A lot of these I didn't have. I didn't want to really buy copies or anything. So adding this, I paid $8. So about it goes for price marketing about $8. So I paid the full price for it, which isn't a win. It's not a loss either. It's definitely something I'm happy to add to my collection. I also went and picked up Madden 2001. I actually now own all the Madden games, so I'm super excited to finally be done collecting the football games. I also went and picked up Scooby-Doo Mystery for the Super Nintendo. I was actually super excited to pick this up. Scooby-Doo is actually one of my favorite cartoons growing up as a kid. I love playing the games, no matter how bad or how bad the graphics were or anything like that. I always liked Scooby-Doo games, so that was a really awesome add to my collection. I also went and picked up Final Fight for the Super Nintendo as well. And then my last game that I picked up Friday night was actually an NES game, which is Star Tropics 2, Zoda's Revenge. Heard mixed reviews for it. I haven't tried it out yet, but I've been told that it is somewhat of a fun game, so I'm super excited. One other thing, I'm going to grab this real quick. I actually bought a book, and I actually can't believe I actually bought a book at a video game convention. I bought this for me and the kids so we can actually enjoy it, which is Pat the NES Punk's Ultimate Nintendo Guide. And what this is basically just every single game for the regular Nintendo, the NES. He, spent all the time organizing it all alphabetical, going in the correct order. He did his own reviews. He, put the rarity, how much fun it is. So this is actually a really great experience because it actually can help me understand more games to look for, and as well as get excited to play, as well as just, games I need to add to my collection. This was actually the most expensive thing that I spent that day. I paid the full price of $60, which honestly I think is worth it. And it was actually really cool to talk to him. He's a really awesome dude. I actually asked him, how to get some pointers and everything like that. And the best thing he told me was just be yourself. Don't be fake. Don't try so hard. Just be you and do what you want to do and just share the experience. And that's why I make my videos. I just, I want to be able to show you guys my experience and how I love video game collecting. So for him to do that and say that to me was really awesome. And I'm also really excited for his next book, which is the Super Nintendo, which will be coming out later next month. So I'm actually super excited to pick that up. So yeah, going into Saturday, the story on this game right here. This is actually the highlight of my game. I know it's backwards. I just, want to keep the suspense. It was actually, I got it from Double Jump. Cooper actually posted it on his page that his buddy that was in town actually traded it in, as well as the manual. And as soon as I saw it, I've been on the hunt for this game for so long. And for him to actually post it up and see it, and I got to see it and everything, I actually messaged him that night. I think it was like midnight. He was actually packing up and getting ready for Portland Retro Thursday night. And he said he couldn't hold it for me. He said he would have it, but he couldn't hold it. I just needed to get there as soon as possible to get it. So I actually got there Saturday morning when they were doing vendors. I actually got there super early just to even get in line, so that way I can actually have the chance. And that's actually going to be Bomberman 64, the second attack. If you guys don't know, this is like third rarest game for the 64. I know there's a couple other ones that are harder to find, especially Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. But I actually, I did something I never do before, which was I actually traded games for my personal collection that I didn't have doubles for, because I really wanted to add this game to my collection. I traded in Pokemon Soul Silver Complete and Pokemon Diamond Complete, and I didn't have extra copies of those. Those were actually out of my own collection. Do I regret it? No, it definitely makes me sad, but I know I'll be able to pick those up later down the road again and re-add them to my collection. But for doing that and then, being able to get this, he was asking 125, and then I also had an extra copy of Breath of the Wild for the Switch, so I traded those three in. He knocked off $60. He gave me $60 cash for those, so I only paid $65. That was actually the most expensive single game that I actually spent. So $65 just out of my own pocket to pick this up, as well as some games, is definitely a really big highlight. I was super excited to do that. And yeah, I just want to say big shout out to Double Jump. I actually spent more time at their booth buying games than anywhere else. And every time I go and talk to Cooper, he's such an awesome dude. He gave me a lot of great deals this weekend. Yeah, so jumping back, a lot of the games I picked up from Cooper's booth alone, I went and picked up Mission Impossible, Knife Edge, Nose Gunner. I picked these both up, I think, for like $10, I think. And then I also went and picked up RoboCop, The Legend of Cage, Defender 2, To Earth. I picked all these up in a bundle. That same day, I came back to his booth after Bomberman because I wanted to look around before I spent more money at his place. And then jumping forward to the third day, I'm going to go back to the second day in a second. I also went and picked up Star Ocean and Ratchet & Clank, both for the PlayStation 2. He had these marked down for $7.99 each, but he brought it down to $5 a piece. So being able to add these to my collection is really awesome. And honestly, every time I go to Double Jump or even talk to Cooper, he's such an awesome dude. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. He does a lot of vlogs and everything like that. So yeah, going into back to day 2, there was another booth that I went to, and this guy had a great deal. He had 3 for $10 for mix and match games, and he had a big tub, just a huge, massive tub of N64 games, PlayStation, and stuff like that. And me trying to collect all the N64 games, I immediately jumped into the 64 set. I picked up $20 worth of games. And the deals that I got on these, I looked on price charting and the stickers that he had on there, I saved probably, I want to say about $10 to $15 alone just on the amazing deals. Granted, I paid $3.33 for each game basically. Yeah, I went and picked up Shadow Man, Hybrid Heaven, Extreme G, Disney's Tarzan, Star Wars Episode 1 Battle for Naboo, and Forsaken 64. I've never played any of these games. I've never had these games in my entire life. Just trying to go for that collection, but price charting these and going by his stickers and everything, I saved a lot of money just for doing that. He did have games on Sunday, which was, you know, the last day, so a lot of the deals were a lot cheaper. He had games for 5 for 10. So I was actually super excited, but unfortunately all the games that he had for the 64 and everything like that were titles that I already had, and I didn't really want to pick up anything else because I was so limited on cash, especially on Sunday. But yeah, going on down to the next booth, and and I do apologize, I tried to remember the booth names and the people that I met. It just, it's been a week now since Portland Retro, so everything's just gone from there. I can remember your faces, I just can't remember the names. But this one guy, he had a bunch of games. Like, he had a bunch of Atari and old-fashioned games on one side, and then on the right side, he had a bunch of current games like Wii, Nintendo, Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox and stuff. More up-to-date consoles, and he was going cheap on those games. He was doing like $2 games and everything like that. And I actually found a tub underneath his table, and it was actually dollar games. So I went and checked that out. And I picked up NHLPA Hockey 93, NCAA Basketball, WCW Mayhem, Jeremy McGrath's Supercuts 2000, and FIFA 98. Now, one tip, you guys, if you see games going for $1, if you're just wanting to collect, or if you're just wanting to try something, you can't beat $1. Anything cheaper than that, is even better as well. But games that are going for $1 is insane. It's, you have to pick those up because you can pick up a lot of games and a lot of great things to add to your collection for $1. So yeah, I mean, heck, if it's for $1, pick it up. And then I also went and got, from another booth, this lady had, Hey You Pikachu. It's faded, the label's not the best, but, it's something I wanted to add to my collection. I actually had the game. I'm looking for the microphone, but I'm not a really big hunt for it because, honestly, I didn't like this growing up. It was one of those N64 games that I really wanted to rage quit a lot because of the simple fact the microphone never worked, and honestly, Pikachu just annoyed me all the time. I also went and picked up Extreme XG2 at another booth as well. So yeah, and then I think what I did, yeah, I partnered that up with the same booth. This guy had it for, yeah, I got Popeye and Extreme G2. The guy was asking $4 for this and $12 for this. I actually talked him down to $10 for the both of them. So both awesome games. I'm super excited to add these to my collection. I also went and picked up from this personal lady. She was selling her personal collection, which I thought was really awesome. She had Mickey Mouse, Mousecapade, and Airwolf. $6 altogether. I talked her down to $5, so I basically got Airwolf for free, which was awesome, I believe. Went and picked up 10-Yard Fight, Wheel of Fortune, Ninja Gaiden 2. I did not have this one. I heard this was a fun game. It's not as good as 1 or 3, but it's still a pretty good fun game, so I'm super excited to add that to my collection. Wizards and Warriors, I also picked up. Guy was asking $5. I only paid $3 for it, which was awesome. This next person was selling, out of his own personal collection, and he actually, had really good labels and everything on there. So I got Solomon, Gotcha the Sport, and The Hunt for Red October. Altogether, it was $12. I actually talked him down to $5, just because he wasn't really trying to make money. He was just trying to sell a lot of his own personal collection. So I basically paid one full price for one game and got 2 for free. So I was actually super excited to pick those up. And I also, I've slowly been collecting for the Atari 2600. I used to have the remodeled one that had a bunch of games on it, and I've heard a lot of great things about Atari games, so I've been slowly collecting those. I picked up Warlords for $1. If it's an Atari 2600, I hear the average is $1. So, it looked cool. I like the title, and it's actually really clean, so I'm super excited to add that to my collection. So yeah, that was actually all the stuff that I picked up on day 2. Day 3, I only went with, I think, $30 in cash, and that was it. I was completely gonna be broke after that. So yeah, it was actually going into that, there was a lot of deals going on. So a pro tip, you guys, if you go to a convention or anything like that, don't spend all your money on Saturday, wait till Sunday, because Sunday I was kicking myself in the butt because I saw so many great deals going on. And one of the things, one of the booths that I actually went to, the guy that I went on Saturday that was selling a bunch of games for like $2 to $3 a piece for Xbox and everything like that, he went down to $1. They just wanted to get everything out of there. They didn't want to take anything. So I went and picked up Medal of Honor Rising Sun, fun PS2 game. Fable for the Xbox. I'm not trying to pick up Xbox games. I'm not trying to collect Xbox games, just stuff that I really enjoyed. And Fable's one of those games that I really enjoyed playing growing up. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers for the GameCube. I've been trying to get this game. I've had this game in my hands a couple times, going to a couple different game stores, and I've never just seemed to pick it up. It was one of my favorites growing up as a kid for the GameCube. I actually remember me and my brother got this for Valentine's Day from our mom. She used to do Valentine's Day gifts for us, and we usually pick it up like a week or two before, do a bunch of chores and everything. And it was actually a lot of fun. It was super awesome to either play Aragorn, Legolas, or Gimli, and then throughout the entire game you get a leveling system and you're able to unlock new abilities for your weapons and stuff like that. So this was actually a fun one. I prefer this one over Return of the King. I think my favorite part of the entire game was actually at the end when you're at Helm's Deep and you're finding all the Uruk-hai and everything like that. So adding that to my collection was super awesome, and I paid $1 for it, and it's complete. I also went and picked up Soul Calibur 2 for the PlayStation 2 version. I'm on the look for the GameCube one because I love the fact that Link was in that one. It was super awesome. Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Fun game. My brother played it a lot more than I did. I couldn't get into it when I was growing up, so I'm hoping I can have a better appreciation for it, especially with the story and everything. It's basically just everything that was happening through the first 3 movies, but with its own story and everything like that, leading up to you're fighting Sauron at the end, which was super awesome. And then I also picked up Guitar Hero Live for the Wii U. You know, Wii U, I actually decided that I actually want a complete collection. Never owned a Wii U. I still don't own a Wii U. I'm trying to find one cheap, but you know, I'm collecting the games, and you know, I want to add I want a complete collection for the Wii U because it's like the N64. It's not a big collection of games. It's, I think, like 200 or something like that. I gotta look up the list again. So I'm able to add that to my collection. I'm super excited. So yeah, that was everything that I picked up at Portland Retro. You know, it was an awesome time. I was actually super excited the entire time. Like I said, next year I'm definitely going to have more money. I'm actually already putting money away in my savings account for Portland next year. Planning out the time, you know, trying to spend more time there, playing the arcades and everything. I had a fun experience, don't get me wrong. I don't regret my experience at Portland Retro. It was just so, my expectations for it and what I got from it, my expectations was so low that freaking going there, it was amazing. I met a lot of great people. It was fun playing the arcade games. It was fun looking at the tournaments. It was awesome meeting Pat. It was amazing to pick up Bomberman. So next year, definitely going to have higher expectations. Going to be going there and just going on there on a mission. I'm actually hoping to complete my N64 because I'm getting to that point now, you guys. After updating this and everything I picked up off camera and everything, I'm at about 106, 110 for N64 games. So I only need 180 left. So I'm getting there. I'm almost halfway. I want to be done before next Portland Retro. The reason why is because I want to start collecting the Wii U and NES and Super Nintendo games a lot harder, and I want to get there on a better mission. So that is my goal for next year. Just be done with the N64, collecting the cartridges, not the boxes. I'm going to wait on completing the box systems and everything like that. Also, like I said, you know, just you go to these things, there's a lot of people, so you're expecting a lot. And just it's going to be one of those things, you know. You just gotta go with an expectation that there's gonna be a lot of people, a lot of great deals. Saturday, just, you know, spend some money there. Don't go full blown like I did, and then just wait for Sunday. the deals are there. They're just amazing because people just don't want to take everything back. They came from all over the United States, and I've actually met some people that were actually out of the country that came here just for Portland Retro. So yeah, just save your money and buy what you want. And then if you're a collector, just wait till Sunday and just pick up everything up. You run the risk of not being able to pick the same games because they might not be there. But at the same time, if it's there, you can probably get it for a lot cheaper. And then also, you know, the next expo that I'm actually going to be saving up for is not going to be till June next year, which is actually going to be Retropalooza. I actually also started putting money away in my savings account for that. I have, you know, about 8 months from now till then, so I'm super excited. Will be my first time going to, you know, leaving Oregon to go to Texas for a video game convention, but Retropalooza, I actually wanted to go earlier this year, but I didn't have the money and I didn't have the funds, and I wanted to save up for Portland. So I'll be able to save up for Portland and Retro. So yeah, that is my experience at Portland Retro this year. Just want to, you know, like I said, big shout out to everyone that I met. Thank you guys so much for your support and for the awesome deals. And I look forward to meeting you guys and seeing you guys again next year. And yeah, thank you guys for everyone that's been watching. Big support. Love the likes, love the comments. And expect the new Game Hunters video later this month. I'm hoping to start filming hopefully in the next week or so. I'm going to try to split this off so I have multiple different days going on for this, not just one day per episode. So yeah, just want to say thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like, please drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, if I met you guys at Portland, please let me know. Super excited for next year. And yeah, hope everyone has a great day today, and I'll see you guys later.